is shining bright, ready to start your day right. Tune in now, don't hesitate. Web3 news will make you wait. Crypto buzz and blockchain talk, get the scoop on every block. NFTs and smart contracts, we separate the FUD from facts. Kickstart your week, feel the beat, it's the week in Web3. Kickstart your week with NFTs and cryptocurrencies. Kickstart your week, feel the beat, it's the week in Web3. Kickstart your week with NFTs and cryptocurrencies.
Good morning, listeners. My name is Ethan Gass, and I'm joined by my co-host, the one and only Jenna Sisblock. How are you doing this morning, Jenna?
Well, I'm doing better than my crypto investments are. I can tell you that much. I haven't seen that much red, well, in like a month.
Gross.
If this keeps up, I might have to find a real job. But until then, I'm just so happy to be here with you, Ethan.
Might sense a tinge of sarcasm in your voice there, Jenna. But that's okay. We're equally glad to have you here as well. Today, we're going to talk about all the latest news in the Web3 space, including, as Jenna so eloquently put it, the largest 3-day sell-off of crypto in over a year. Nintendo and Sega are out as the official game producer for the Olympics in favor of a mobile game with NFTs on the base network. We'll check in on the latest DeFi trends with the 1inch network making waves, AI and Web3 company Hyperbolic's latest funding round, and our main story, NFT artists sue the SEC. Jenna, where do you want to start?
I want to hear more about this 1-inch thing of yours, or whatever. What were you saying?
Oh, ha, ha, ha. She's got jokes, ladies and gentlemen. What I was saying was the 1inch network, a major player in the DeFi ecosystem, recently experienced a massive surge, hitting nearly $1.5 billion in trading volume within just 24 hours. That's a 421% increase. This growth highlights the growing preference for decentralized platforms over traditional exchanges. The 1inch network's unique aggregation protocol sources liquidity from multiple DEXs to offer the best swap rates. With features like Fusion Mode, users can even swap tokens without paying network fees, making it an attractive option for many. Jenna, I'm curious. With your paper hands and this massive sell-off in the last few days, did you compound your losses by paying exorbitant exchange fees and commissions?
Asks the guy named Ethan Gass. You must have been the product of some Vitalik hate f***ing.
Wow.
But as you were saying, the crypto market has just experienced its largest 3-day sell-off in a year, shedding around $510 billion in market capitalization since August 2nd. This massive plunge coincided with a faltering performance in equities as the S&P 500 dropped by 4.4% during the same period. The sell-off was driven by weak employment data in the U.S., slowed growth in major tech stocks, and renewed recession fears. Bitcoin took a nosedive, crashing to $52,000 on August 5th, wiping out over $600 million in leveraged long positions. It was a dramatic 10% drop from $58,000 in less than 2 hours. The last time Bitcoin traded below 53K was back in February after the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs. It's now trading around 54,000. Ether wasn't spared either, dropping 18% to as low as 2,100 before slightly recovering to 2,300. This market volatility led to over 740 million in leveraged positions being liquidated, with Ethereum traders being the hardest hit. Adding to the turmoil, Jump Crypto reportedly offloaded hundreds of millions of dollars in assets, further impacting the market. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index fell back into fear, reflecting the current cautious sentiment.
Sorry, I didn't mean the money fear and greed index, Jenna.
Nope. I said what I said, but it's clear you watch too much CNN, you snowflake bitch.
Ouch.
The Crypto Fear and Greed Index was created by the team at alternative.me to measure market sentiment in the crypto space. It assigns a score from 0 to 100, indicating whether the market is driven by fear or greed. A lower score means extreme fear, which might be a buying opportunity, while a higher score indicates extreme greed, suggesting the market could be overbought. The index considers factors like market volatility, trading volume, and social media activity to provide a real-time snapshot of investor sentiment. While it's not a predictor of future prices, it offers valuable insights into the emotional state of the market and helps educated investors make better informed decisions. And yes, it mimics the name of the more well-known CNN Money Fear and Greed Index. Back to you, Ethan.
Well, Aren't you smart?
Yep.
What would we do without you?
Be
In
wrong,
other news,
say
Blast
stupid
and
things,
NFT ecosystem
mislead
is showing
listeners.
resilience despite a downturn in the overall NFT market. In the past week, Blast achieved $4 million in NFT trading volume, a 37% increase. This shows that even in challenging times, niche NFT markets can thrive and offer potential for growth. You can learn more about Blast and Ethereum Layer 2 project at blast.io. And let's not forget about Blocklord's Dynasty. This Web3 medieval strategy game has quickly become the top game DApp on the Base network, with over 123,000 daily unique active wallets. It's incredible to see how blockchain technology is being used to create immersive gaming experiences that integrate decentralized elements and strategic gameplay. Check out Blocklord's Dynasty at dynasty.blocklords.com.
And speaking of the Base network, the International Olympics Committee, or IOC, made a big shift from a long-standing partnership between Nintendo and Sega as the official Olympics game developer. This relationship started back in 2007, prior to the 2008 Beijing Olympics, with the last game released being in 2020, but the IOC switched gears in favor of Enway and NFTs on the Base network. Enway, known for their work on Power Rangers games, have made Olympics Go available on Android, iOS, and through Epic Games. Olympics Go has an almost free mint available at magiceden.io/launchpad/base/Olympic 2024.
What the heck is an almost free mint, Jenna?
Well, Ethan, as your namesake suggests, it's a tremendously inconvenient nuisance in your life.
My grandmother chose
The mint will
this
cost
name.
you a transaction fee of approximately 1 to 2 cents, but when you don't have a Coinbase wallet, only MetaMask like a normal person, and you go to create a stupid Base wallet, you find out that your MetaMask ETH won't cover the charge and you can't bridge just 2 cents over. Tremendously inconvenient nuisance.
Okay. Thank you, Jenna. Gosh, I really love the colorful commentary you provide.
Aw.
In other news, Hyperbolic, a cutting-edge AI firm that's making waves by combining blockchain technology with artificial intelligence, made headlines with their seed round. Founded with a vision to democratize access to AI computing resources, Hyperbolic aims to break down the barriers that many innovators face when trying to harness the power of AI. Hyperbolic utilizes heterogeneous compute, optimizing various GPUs through HyperDOS, a decentralized operating system. This allows cost-effective, high-performance computing, enabling wider innovation in AI. With $7 million in seed funding from investors like Polychain Capital, Hyperbolic is developing an open-access AI cloud platform. Their model includes a proof-of-sampling protocol, letting users monetize idle GPU power and support a decentralized ecosystem. By lowering AI resource costs and increasing accessibility, Hyperbolic is leveling the playing field for developers and researchers worldwide. This democratization could accelerate AI advancements by enabling a broader range of innovators to access the computing power they need to experiment and develop new technologies. Hyperbolic's approach fosters a more inclusive tech landscape, where powerful AI tools are available to more people than ever before, driving innovation and discovery. Jenna, did you yawn and say boring in the middle of my segment there?
I sure did, Ethan. Our main story tonight involves the SEC and a lawsuit from an unlikely source. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Advertise with us today. Put your name out on display. Anytime slot, surely available. No bull, please just pay. Advertise with us, you'll see brand new heights and notoriety. Our audience grows day by day, so buy it, goddamn ad, please just pay. Advertise with us, you'll see brand new heights and notoriety. Our audience grows day by day, so buy it, goddamn ad, please just pay. Everyone clap your hands and stomp your feet. An ad for your brand makes it complete. You'll make die-hard fans, so won't you please just buy a goddamn ad, or I won't eat.
are sold in 60, 30, 20, 10, and 5-second increments. Advertisements may be edited for content without notice. Broadcast times are subjective. Purchasing an ad slot does not guarantee airing. Payment upfront is required. All purchases are final. Terms and conditions apply, and by apply, we mean that we may apply them. We may just talk about them over lunch. All rights, trademarks, copyrights, intellectual property, and/or data, whether public or private, are relinquished upon receipt. Local, state, and federal tax not included. Processing and handling fees may apply. Void where prohibited.
Who is in charge of our marketing department?
Oh, that would be my boyfriend's cousin's brother-in-law, Clive. He actually wrote, performed, and produced that entire jingle himself. He plays like 9 instruments. I think he's here today. Oh, there he is. He's finishing up the bathrooms. Hi, Clive.
Howdy, Jenna.
How do you not know him? He's your manager. Our main story tonight is about a lawsuit against the SEC by 2 artists, Jonathan Mann, a musician known for his daily songwriting, and Brian Fry, a conceptual artist and law professor. They're challenging the SEC's claim that their NFT projects are securities. Mann's project involves 10,420 NFTs of his song remix, This Song is a Security, and Fry've got 10,320 NFTs representing ownership in a conceptual artwork. They want a declaratory judgment to ensure they won't get in trouble with the SEC. The SEC has been active lately, targeting NFT issuers like Impact Theory and Stoner Cats, claiming they're unregistered securities. Mann and Fry argue that the SEC is overstepping by treating art as a security. They say the SEC is using the Howey test, which looks at investment contracts, but they argue that selling NFTs doesn't mean people are investing with the expectation of profits.
And what exactly is the Howey test, Jenna?
I'm glad you asked. Let me break it down for you in simpleton terms. There are 4 criteria or prongs to the Howey test. The first being, 1, is there an investment of money? This means that people are putting money into something with the expectation of getting more money back. 2, is there a common enterprise? This means that the investor's money is pooled together in a way that their fortunes are tied to each other. 3, is there an expectation of profits? This means that the people putting in money expect to make a profit from their investment. 4, is the profit to be derived from the efforts of others? This means that the investors are not the ones doing the work to make the profit. Instead, someone else is responsible for managing the investment. If the answer to all these questions is yes, then the transaction is likely considered a security, and it must comply with certain regulatory requirements. The Howey test is important because it helps protect investors by ensuring they have access to necessary information and oversight.
So, the SEC is using the Howey test on NFT projects, and the artist's argument is that there is no clear expectation of profits for their art NFTs.
Very good. That's right. The artists want a court to clarify the legal status of their NFTs. A favorable ruling could set a precedent and limit the SEC's power over NFT art. Other folks in the digital asset space are also challenging the SEC, like Consensus Software and the Blockchain Association. Everyone's looking for clarity.
It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. If the court sides with the artists, it could open new doors for creators in the digital realm. Jenna, what do you think the courts will decide in what could very well be a landmark case?
Well, Ethan, let me say it like this. When it comes to the artists versus the SEC in the battle over NFTs and securities, if history is any indicator, the courts are likely to side with the artists. Why? Because in any organization, one can simply look to its head and paint a near-perfect picture of that org's efficacy. With Gary Gensler at the helm of the SEC, bumbling through regulatory guidance like a clown fumbling for his red nose, it's no wonder the SEC has turned into a circus act, making a spectacle of its attempts to regulate art as securities. Gensler's inability to provide clear guidelines or definitive answers on crucial matters, such as whether Ethereum is a security, reflects an agency struggling to keep up with the pace of innovation. This lack of clarity has resulted in a regulation by enforcement approach, which has left the industry in chaos. In the case of NFTs, where art and technology intersect, the SEC's attempts to apply traditional securities laws to digital art seem out of touch with the nuances of modern creativity. Courts tend to favor innovation and expression, especially when regulatory bodies like the SEC appear to be wielding their authority with the precision of a sledgehammer. The artists in question are not just challenging a specific ruling, they are confronting the SEC's broader inability to adapt to new technologies and markets. Given Gensler's track record, it's more likely the court will see through the SEC's bluster and side with the artists, ensuring that creativity isn't stifled by outdated interpretations of the law. If the SEC can't even figure out what constitutes a security, How can they convincingly argue that NFTs fit the bill? In the grand scheme of things, the courts will likely favor those who push the boundaries of innovation rather than those who bumble through antiquated regulations.
Yuri, she left. All right, well, I guess that's our show for today. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This was a pilot episode, so we will be anxiously awaiting your feedback. Should we continue this week in Web3 on a regular cadence? Let us know in the Twitter comments of this episode, or tag us at NFTGamerTV. You can also find us on Twitch, YouTube, and Discord under the same @NFTGamerTV handle. Thank you, and remember,